The QPR podcast is in association with 101greatgoals.com. For post-match Premier League press conferences, FIFA 15 videos, freestyle clips and much more, subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/101greatgoalsyt.
QPR, QPR, Richmond Rangers are on the up and up. QPR, QPR, now we're heading for European Cup.
Hello and welcome to QPR Podcast. I'm David Fraser and we have all four of the founders of QPR Podcasts together tonight with one very special guest. I'll introduce the non-special guests first, including myself. I'm David Fraser. To my left is, when we rehearsed it, well, we didn't rehearse, this is take two and I made a complete hash of it. Now there's no need for me to make a hash of it. Where are you from?
Chris Charles
from BT Sports. Delivery van driver from Barnet, Paul Finney.
Good evening, everybody.
Also Indy R's, also Funky Flowers, also Queen's Park Rangers till you die.
Also bald.
Also bald.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
You're doing all right.
Carry on with your show.
Now that the Martin O'Neill lookalike work has dried up. Don't you think he looks like Martin O'Neill, Ali?
He does, actually. He does.
Also from ITV Sport, Chris Mendes.
Hello.
And very special guest, back for a second time. You came on a year ago and you seem to not hate it so much that you are back again for more punishment, or not. QPR player, fans' favourite, Ali Faurlin.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
How are you, Ali?
Very well, thank you. Very happy to be here with you guys tonight.
I think you told us last time it's Fouling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's alright.
Did I get it wrong?
No, it's alright.
You sure?
Yeah.
Ali, or it's Ali, not Alejandro. Yeah?
It's Ali. Everyone call me Ali here. So.
Yeah. And Fowler.
For the family. Ali for the family.
Fine. We'll call you Ali then.
We're all family here.
And before we get on to injuries and Chelsea and all that kind of stuff, the thing I want to know most is when you came on a year ago, you gave us some brilliant British phrases that you knew. I think the title of the podcast was Cooking on Gas, because you said that. What's the latest? What is the latest British phrase or catchphrase that you've learnt?
Have to be honest with you, I kind of step back a little bit on my English because in this injury I've been away from the club and I did the rehab in an Italian clinic where everyone spoke Italian. So don't get me wrong, it was really good for my Italian. I really improved my skills in Italian, so which is good. But in English, cannot have any new, the latest.
Well, you said "don't get me wrong," which is not a bad English phrase.
Your son, you told us earlier on, he's 6 and he has a London accent. Does he come home with any phrases, any things he teaches you?
Of course, yeah. He's all the time correcting us to me, to my wife. He's the little man. He's amazing. And he's right on it in the English. So his English is perfect, which make us really happy and proud. Because obviously, as a parent, it's always in the school. The first few years, you don't know really how he's doing, but. Yeah, he's doing great, and they pick up very, very easily, and it's a pleasure to see him growing up here.
What about his Spanish though? How's that?
It's good, For him, it's good the 5 weeks break or the 6 weeks when we going back and the holidays. The first week or so is a little bit shaking, but then pick up and come back here like a proper Spanish. But yeah.
By the end of the night, Ali, I'll have you speaking Belfast. You'll be going to training next week going, "What about you? Are you all keeping well?"
Did you
I
get
don't know
any
what
of
it,
that?
no, I don't know. Anyway.
Don't worry. It just signal to us if you're not sure. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, Paul. Right, before we get into any of it, and we've got tons to go through, what's the latest with you, the injury, the rehab, the recovery, and I don't even know, are you a QPR employee at the moment? I don't know. Tell us all.
Well, I'm back at the club after it took me like 6 months in the clinic. I step away, as I said before. take distance. Obviously, over with the talking with the club and asking for the permits to do that. They give me the freedom, so I take this and this last time. And but yeah, I'm back at the club, training normal, fit, trying to get my head around, because for me it's beautiful to be able to train with the team and be training normal. It's a shame I'm not in the squad, because I had no like really motivation or targets, so I had no more targets. Now I'm training normal, so I taking it slow. And
can you play for the under 21s? Or?
Yeah, we are looking for when they playing tomorrow the last official game. When it's the official game, it's just allow 3 over 21s to play, which is the case always. Someone need the minutes in the squad, so it's a bit frustration from my side, because like tomorrow I could have played already 45 minutes, but obviously there is guys who need a goal and minutes of football, so I need to be sensible in that part, and I fully understand this part. Anyway, it's gonna be a friendlies, definitely the week comings, and my aim is to go home, play 90 minutes, so I will have plenty of time to play some games and to get winning and confidence and get that feeling around.
So hopefully, if QPR come in with a contract for next season, you'll still be a QPR player.
You are right on it.
You didn't even wait
had 20 pounds a year after. No.
Which of course,
listen, guys. For me, it's very difficult. As I say, I expressed to the club last week, and when they went to the ground against Everton and in the half time, I should say thank you to them. I have a word of thanks, and I'm being very grateful. I'm very lucky to be here, because they always support me, and in the recent years it's been very difficult for me, for the club, for everyone around me, and I haven't even thought what is coming, what is gonna be next. I just want to try to play football, to be honest. I'm gonna play football. I'm sure I'm determined. I just wake up trying to play. Hopefully I can be playing without problems next season. So I don't know how, in which circumstances, but I'm gonna play football, and we see.
It'll be at QPR. You'll be back on the podcast, though. Yeah, we'll get you.
Would you? This is actually a serious question. Would you like it to be at QPR? Or I think a lot of people would understand if you felt, you've had so many injuries and you've been at the club several years. Maybe you might feel that you want a fresh start. Where do you want to be playing your football?
It's actually a great question, because sometimes happen, sometimes I think, I've been always here with the injuries. Sometimes you might, start again over fresh in other places and maybe try in another place. But at the same time, I think every time I go back, I want to pay back something of all the love and the support from everyone. I want to do that, and that's what I feel the most. Always being here for such a long time and create this bond with the fans, with the club, always tends to be more strong than the other feeling, actually. So yeah, obviously, I don't know what's gonna happen. Really. I cannot take a moment here to try to make pressure or to ask for something. I just say
when does your contract actually run out with QPR? Because I know they gave you an extra.
Yeah. Guys, this is simple. I was out of the contract last year. They gave me the year to try to pay back and play. That was the idea, and I couldn't do it. So
well, it wasn't your fault.
Yeah, exactly. So this football is what happened with me. I'm a strong person. I show that, and every time even for a minute, I'm in the pitch, people seem to be happy. How I move, how I feel, what I show. So that give me even more strength. Doing rehabs, my rehab are good. No bad feelings. My knee is okay. So I will try to keep going, and I still thinking I'm gonna play for many years. So we see. If I say I feel at home here, so I've been living in West London. I'm, for 6 years. My family, my son is growing up here. For me, this is my place today. But I cannot take, as I said before.
But I think as QPR fans, I think we said this last time you came on as well. I mean, you are now officially, I know there was a bit of debate last time, but you are now officially QPR's longest serving player. There's no debate about that. All the people who might have just nicked it off you have gone. And I think the fans are massively, in fact, I know they're massively on side, and you can tell by some of the tweets that we'll read later, the same thing. And it must be nice to know that you're loved. And I think the only reason that you do that is because they know that you have given everything for the club. The injuries are very unfortunate, but it's not your fault. And it's very refreshing for us to have a player who actually wants to be here.
Yes, this is how it is. That is correct, and it's honest from me. I feel good here. QPR is a strange place. We know all that. It's always a drama, always something to play for, and every year is the same. And I've been part of that. 2 relegations, 2 promotions. Playing match or not playing, but I've been part of that. I always feel part, and everyone made me feel part. And I'm kind of characters which, in the groups, everyone take me on very, very good. So that is a plus. So it's the case here once again. I know it's going to be very difficult next year for me. Someone will have to trust on me. I have no doubts if I'm fit on the pitch, I will be performing because. Even with all this happening, make you stronger, and you start to just. For me now, it's just play football. It's not even more. When you young or when you sometimes you're overthinking too much, stress yourself too much around things. It's not more the case for me. I just want to play football, and I know if I'm gonna be in the pitch and I can have a run of games, I get back to normal. So that is my target today. But I need to be fit. I need to be enjoy day by day now till the end of the season, and we see.
Did you expect to not be in the squad then, this 25-man squad, or were you disappointed when you found out?
Yeah, always. I fully understand because you have a player who, when the thing for me, the turning point for me was taking the decision to be out of the club. Doing the rehab. By January, they take me out in January. If they saw me doing what I was doing already in January, they basis regular. They saw you and they know where you are. Probably will be different. Maybe they say, okay, leave it because maybe it can be ready for a few games. I haven't pushed nothing. It's 7 months now. I probably, even if you pushing in the good sense, not pushing, rushing nothing, but pushing like to play. If you on the squad, probably already be like ready for the bench. Now we have 10 days, so imagine playing 45 tomorrow, 60 next Monday, and you can be able to the GAFAN and give another option. But it's not the case, and it's very frustrating as a footballer. Also as well because I'm finished the contract, and would be nice for me to be able to be involved. So yeah, it's a little bit of frustration there, but it's how it is, and I have to take it.
What do you do to fill your time? Because, as you say, it's very. You're now. You feel you're ready to kick a ball. You're in training. You're a couple of games away from getting match fitness. So, but in this time when you've been in rehab, I know you've been in Italy. I know you were in rehab with one of the Strictly Come Dancing dancers. You said Ola or whatever her name is.
Yeah. I mean, as I said before, you saw that guy and the.
Yeah, we were just waiting for the podcast, and Craig Revel Horwood was randomly in this pub where we were waiting, and you said, yeah, I used to, but generally, what do you do to fill your time?
Barbecues lambs.
That
showed us
nice.
a picture of how he barbecued a lamb.
Yeah, it's on Instagram.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah. Doing the rehab and the clinic give me, another perspective of everything. You come across people who have even more serious problem than you, and you realize you need to take life as it is and try to enjoy anyway, you know. And the last few years for me it's been really, really hard. I love football. Football it's been my passion for my life. It's what I do. But in the last few years it's been very frustrating. And it's not like I fell out of love with football, but you need to do other things, you know, because weekend for me now is for the first few, you know, it's very difficult to even watch or be around, you know. So you need to do things with the family. I play my music. Now I get involved in coffee with my friend, have a shop. Sometimes I go even do doing barista shift in the coffee shop. Wow. Sometimes, and it's in Chiswick, so I have many occasions where like people coming for asking, yeah, can I have a flat white? And they look at me and look down, and they look again and say, yeah, Faurlin. Yeah, you're right. Yes, what are you doing? What are you doing here?
QPR JJ on Twitter has actually asked, can you shout me a coffee tomorrow at Tamp?
Exactly, yeah. I will be there. That is my place now to relax, and I like it. You know, I like it because I come across a different people in a different environment, and you enjoy it. You have to enjoy, and yeah, it's nice. It's nice. You give you strength and make you stronger as well.
Just to finish off this one, and I promise we won't ask you any more tricky questions on this after this. Michael McSperrin wants to know: have you had any discussions with the club about your contract?
No, I don't even talk with my agent yet in ages. So I'm honest with this. It's not like I'm playing around here. I haven't even for what is coming or what's gonna be next. You know, I'm just trying to be focused and be fit. It's been very hard. My last 6-7 months has been a nightmare, to be honest. I've been through a lot, but I come in again once again. I'm coming out. I'm seeing the light. So let's see if I can manage to be fit and keep fit, and then we will have time to see where we're gonna play next season.
Sebastian Garcia has asked a question. How does it feel to see QPR relegation troubles? Rosario Central on top of the Argentina.
Seba, un saludo para Seba.
How do you say that properly?
Sebastian is a QPR fan for everyone.
He's a lovely fella, actually.
Yeah,
I met him.
He's a QPR fan with a lovely history about QPR. He come I think the fans pay the ticket for him.
That's right, a few years ago.
Like years ago, yeah. And he flied with it, you know, and watched QPR and fell in love with QPR. And he's a madness QPR fan. So hello to him. And yeah, it's QPR is always, you know, we've been doing this in the last few years, you know, going up, going down, going up, going down. It's difficult, but still, you know, at least we have something to fight, and you know, it always is. It's high, you know, the pressure is on it, and it's like it keep you alive. And that Rosario Central is my team. I'm in Argentina, you know. I growing up there, I did my academy there, and I have big memories, and I supported that team in Argentina. So they're doing brilliant. They're first in the table, and I'm really enjoying that.
Is that unusual for them to be?
Yeah, Rosario Central is not as QPR, but it hasn't won much in the last few years. So for us, now I'm enjoying as a fan as well.
Would you last question? Would you recommend that people from this country should go and watch more football in Argentina and South America as a whole? Well, because for the experience.
Yeah, as experience, it's beautiful. As I say, don't get me wrong. Here is the passion for football is unbelievable in England, but it's more like it's in the right way. You know, it's not in excess. In Argentina, it's in excess for the good and for the bad. Yeah. But it's nice to have an experience and go and watch big clashes, the big derbies there. They're amazing. River, Boca, Rosario Central, Newell's Old Boys. There is few like big derbies which give you a lift of adrenaline if you go to watch them.
Would you ever consider going back to play there, or would you prefer to finish your career in England?
It's a difficult question, you know. It's a difficult question. Now, as I say, we have TC 6 years old, growing up here in the school, and you want to, you know, my country is a beautiful country with a lot of trouble and problem as well. and it give you that, that what is next, for us. But for me, as how I am now, I'm in a pretty difficult situation. So even if it's someone in, I don't know, Thailand say, Ale, come on, we trust on you, I will have to take it because it's gonna be difficult for me. I know that because football is like that. It's a difficult environment, and normally people write you off after the first injuries like Achilles or knee injuries, or people write you right off after the first one. I have 3 of them, but I still believe in I want to play football. I want to enjoy it again. Play football. Every time I'm on the pitch, I'm enjoying. I'm happy. This is the only place where I completely happy. No one's
going to write you off ever. not our fans anyway.
So
Let's. Should we change the subject? I'm actually, although it's quite a serious subject we're talking about, I'm going to take you down even a notch from there, and ask that we talk briefly about the game yesterday. Now,
anyway, so
only because we have to.
That's why he's losing his hair.
Yeah, that's why Paul's losing his hair. Chelsea, the Chelsea game. You were barbecuing a lamb at the time, right?
No. I was at home relaxing. You know why it's funny? Because every time I go into the stadium, they give us a director's box, which is behind the Tony, and the seats over there are so tight. Honestly, for the knees, it's terrible. Yeah. So I rather anytime I have the option to watch it on TV, I prefer to watch it on TV because after 3 of operation, I cannot afford to.
Better for your injury.
Exactly.
Better for your rehab to not watch
after
it
2 hours
road.
sitting like in that position, I'm telling you, I need 2 days to recover. So
it's better for my rehab not to watch it a lot as well. To be honest.
So I watched it on the sofa yesterday.
But you said that your little boy watched it with you yesterday.
Yeah, he's. Then I was just for everyone to know what we were talking about. We were talking about the game yesterday, and I get mad at the end of the game, as everyone else, I think, and the way we lost the game. And the kids, they don't understand. They see you like mad and upset, and they try to copy you, or they get emotional. My son is very emotional. So after the game, through the game we were talking. The game was very boring. We know that. We make it pretty difficult for them. We made pretty awful game for them, which was the right thing to do. But again, he was getting boring, so I tried to keep him on the game and talking the situation, explaining everything he was asking. So at the end, I finished as a catastrophe as he was. 10 minutes after I looking for him, he was in the room. And when I come into the room, he was a little bit like crying, like worried, like probably, yeah.
Me too.
So the kids, are a little funny, they're funny. But
and did you say to him, "This is what it's like"?
Exactly. But you better get used to it. I say, you better get used to it.
Well, I was saying that we have to talk about the game. We should really.
Yeah.
It was, but I can't find fault. I mean, I felt deflated and I felt really, really angry and sad, but at the same time I was really proud of the shift our lads put in. I don't think we could have asked any more. We just didn't get that one clear chance we probably needed to hurt them. Do you know what I mean? You kind of think we just need Matty Phillips to get an over the top ball, to get behind the defence maybe.
Well, we had the clear chance, I think. But
with Matty Phillips'
just a shame.
chance.
I mean, Matt Phillips' shot was brilliant, but it's just a shame. I mean,
that was a clear
Courtois
chance.
is a fantastic keeper.
That was a clear
It's just
chance.
a shame it was straight at him. If it had been just one, half a foot either side, then... Oh, sorry. Half a foot either side, then, we'd have been in business.
We just needed a break. But I tell you what, I would say it was probably Joey Barton's best game I've seen for a long time. He was immense yesterday, and he's had his critics, and we have criticised him as well sometimes, but he was immense yesterday. And the whole team, you can see how much it meant to them. I mean, you as a player, Ali, you know how much it means to the fans as well. I mean, that's a big game for us.
I think, I think the guys, the lads put the shift and do everything to perfection. Like the game was really tight and wasn't the nicest game to watch in terms of football quality. No. But we wanted them to feel awkward and to feel, under that kind of days. They didn't have a shot. No. We have a few chances. They have nothing. Just a goal. which it was a shame as well, and obviously everyone knows what happened in the goal, which is a shame for everyone, but it was a blow. But yeah, it's, this changed very quickly. We managed to get some point on board, and then across the week, and everyone is already on it and believing that we can do it. So this is how football is. You win, you own it, run on it. So 5 games to go is a lot of points, and I think we are like, even now with this week, with these 3 games, how we play these 3 games, plenty of belief.
One thing I heard a lot of yesterday was, if we play like that every game, we'll be okay. Which is true, but it's QPR, so we tend not to. Which is kind of my worry.
If we play like that and score every game, we'll be okay. It was just one of those games where we bossed Chelsea Mourinho said it. Mourinho said he'd been happy with the point. I thought Mourinho was actually quite funny after the game yesterday with all the stuff with the missiles and stuff like that, and I thought he was quite gracious. I mean, it's easy to be gracious when you win, I know, but I thought he did well yesterday. But it was just such a kick in the teeth.
It was like being a Derby fan at Wembley.
It's the most. I mean, we've played we played that. There's a lot of games where I've been down on the floor this season and felt gutted, but yesterday was just the worst of the lot, and it made it worse. My little girl was with me, so I had to be the adult amongst the party and had to try and reassure her because she was upset and just say, "Oh, it's fine, it's only a game," and then just wanted to hit my head on the floor. But
Ali, we were talking before about, you were telling us about some of the Clásicos that you've played in Argentina, and you showed us a video with the flares and the fireworks and the intensity from the fans. How does that compare to a West London Clásico?
It's very different, it doesn't mean here it's really nice, and the love to roar yesterday was it's always in the class, every game, but even more in the derbies, it's the Clásicos, the love to roar is amazing play to be, because tight. It reminds me a lot of the Argentinian stadium, because it's nice, compact, and very tight, so you feel it. But yeah, in Argentina, the difference is, as I said before, the excess of everything, and they have this, it's like in Italy as well, when I went now to Palermo. Like you living the Monday before, the week before, start with a crazy, pressure and excitement, and already everyone making you feel like the pressure, you have to win. And it makes a difference, if you win, you're gonna be 2-3 weeks like really relaxed and happy, Otherwise, you will have to be at home for a week or 10 days without exactly training, and you will have to support, sometimes even the abuse of fans, it's not nice, it's everything in excess. Nothing in excess is nice, and in Argentina. It's slowly when you winning and this, when you are in a situation like us, telling you, it's very difficult. They crash the cars and the parking. They come every day to the training ground, making pressure. You cannot go out of the stadium. Even at Palermo, I arrived when I went on loan a few years ago. The situation at QPR and Palermo was the same. Mm-hmm. When I arrived, I played the first set straight away. At home against the lower, like relegation fight, and we lost, and we couldn't get out of the stadium for 3 hours. 3 hours, people stay there and like want to kill us, really. So give you like, after 6 years here, when you get used to this, and which is the right thing, passionate, but with the right thing, it's very difficult to leave one of them.
There was a bit of passion yesterday, which sort of, for the wrong reason. I mean, there was passion throughout the game, but I mean, right at the end, the 88th minute, Cesc Fabregas scores, and then he scores on as we were looking at it from the loft where I was. He's on the right hand side.
And he comes over to the loft
and he
to
went
celebrate,
you do. All the way over to the left. There's nothing been much made of this, but I thought it was a bit out of order. I mean, if somebody did that in Argentina, what would happen?
Yeah, in Argentina as a player, you have to be careful because celebration are big things, So if you provoke the other fans, you get nasty, sometimes. But honestly, here is so nice, It's no. Yesterday, I was watching the game. It was Ivanovic taking a throw-in and pushing right it was into the people.
Yeah,
people around,
he leapt
he's
back.
screaming, lay back, and he was.
Well,
right
he
on the
deliberately
people.
did that. I'm sure he did.
Yeah,
because-
but if that happened in Argentina, he's gone. He's never go back to the pitch.
I think an Argentinian club should buy Ivanovic.
Yeah. I think we should play it in an Argentinian ground next season.
let me. If Charlie Austin had scored and then done that in front of the Chelsea fans, what Ivanovic and Fabregas did, he'd be a hero.
No, there would be a problem because their fans would be asleep anyway.
He was a hero yesterday for tripping John Terry up.
Yeah. That's it. Whatever happens, if he goes at the end of the season, if he only plays 5 more games for us, he's a legend now for throwing John Terry to the floor.
Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't trip him up. He just held him
he
to
just
the
threw
ground.
him away.
That's
threw
the
him off,
one
yeah.
time it's good not to be a big club.
Yeah.
Because if he was a United player or an Arsenal player and he did that and he threw someone to the ground, he'd get 3 match bans.
I don't know, make it free drinks for everyone shut his boots for doing it to
I
John Terry.
agree.
But the thing is, like, no one wants to see things come on the pitch. I mean, because the club will suffer for that, and that was
No.
it's not good. But at the same time, as I think the player should have been booked, but it still there's no excuse for throwing stuff.
Well, and if he'd been booked, he'd missed 2 games because he was on that sort of ban. I mean, there was because amazingly the missiles appear to be coming from the family stand, which is where I am. They're sort of flying over my head. I mean, I've no idea where they come from, but there were 3 people when I left the ground who asked me for a light, so I don't know if that's.
But yes, anyway. But the thing is, I thought their fans were rubbish as well, and everything about them is rubbish anyway. But they've got no class. They're a horrible club. But at least the fans yesterday backed our club rather than just focusing on them, which is a good thing as well. Because it's nice to give them a wee bit of booze, but the support the players got yesterday, I thought from the fans was really top notch.
Well, you played obviously in the famous win under Neil Warnock, and in fact, I think you were involved in winning the penalty. You were involved in the build-up, certainly.
He was man of the match, Chris.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just.
You can talk.
Oh, hello.
I don't know what happened there.
The lights have just gone out.
The room we're in, the lights have just gone out. Carry on.
Yeah. Okay. I'm over here, Ali. But you played in that game. And that was as intense, if not more intense, than yesterday. And how did you? Because as a QPR player, you would never have experienced Loftus Road quite like that before.
Yeah, it's Premier League. Brings even the big matches and play against. The biggest players in the world, and it's amazing. That was our first year in Premier League, and we caught them for surprise. They didn't expect that from us. That was amazing. It's a good memory. It was an amazing match, amazing game, and it was the first few times for us playing against some of us playing against big names. So the first few clashes, you really enjoy it, and you have like extra adrenaline, and you live it every second of it, and that was the case, and we really enjoyed that.
Was the dressing room buzzing? Was it like proper buzzing after that game?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
I
was drunk for 3 days. It was marvelous.
I bet Neil was happy as well, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, Neil's a funny character. He's so funny. So yeah.
Well, I think QPR fans, we've got a lot of time for Warnock, and he's the man that did take us up, and. Maybe, I'm not saying you should answer this, but maybe a few of us think he should have been given longer. But there you go. What happens.
Football.
Yeah.
We've got a Twitter question here from Jason Maskell. Do the players want Chris Ramsey to stay as manager next season?
I think that everyone is giving their best. They take the right way the message from Chris. It seems like I've been just a few weeks in the club now, and he seems like a very humble and very honest manager, and who you can see the background, his experience and the coaching, and you can see that, and everyone appreciates and wants to get everyone involved and on their feet and going back to basics. So it's nice. It's nice to see everyone working really hard, and hopefully he can manage to keep us in the division and be longer with us, of course.
Have you spoken with him since he's been?
That's right.
Have you spoken with him since he's become manager since you've been back. Sorry, from
Yes, of course. We had a conversation, and it's very nice man, and we have our conversations, and he's every day out there with us. So he lived like in that sense, in England, managers sometimes don't get that involved. Him, because obviously he was a coach and he want to get right on in every training, every session. And that aspect is more similar like South American coaches and managers and that aspect. So we really enjoy it.
And how is it different to under Chris Ramsey to Harry Redknapp?
Yeah, Harry was more like an old school manager in England. Like Neil Warnock was a little bit like that as well. Get a little bit on the session, watching it, and going inside, and different kind of management. But that is the main, probably the main difference between them two.
Chris Ramsey's knees, are they in good shape there?
Exactly. Yeah, he has his record as well. I think when he stopped because retirement because injuries. So yeah, he understand what it feel. What does it feel?
I think he was saying Harry Redknapp's. Harry Redknapp.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. I didn't get it. That's what I say to you, Finney. That's what I say. We were talking about jokes and don't get it.
Yes.
If I know what's something.
No. Sorry. I didn't get it. Yeah. Harry injuries.
Harry's bad knee.
He actually. He were very bad. He had like a year on crutches working. You can hear the noise of the crutches and around the training. He was coming.
That sounds a bit like a horror film.
Exactly, yeah. More for me because I hate crutches, So for me was every time I listen that, gonna get away. But that is good for me as well. You have to accept. I know I know the background of the Chris Ramsey.
Very good.
Impressive. You have to be. You have to know. You have to say
Harry hasn't been on the phone to you asking for advice on the.
No comments.
He's too busy playing golf.
Well, Otis asks who are your best and worst QPR managers. I'll rephrase it and ask who have been your favourite to play under and maybe your least favourite to play under.
That's a tough. Not tough in what I think, but I think the best was Neil, without doubt, because the way he managed us to get that group and the promotion was amazing. And what's it? Paul Hart.
Yeah.
Thank you for surprising that one, Honestly, Paul Hart, if he carry on, we will relegate that first year. My first year
he
here.
Was in charge for a very short amount of time.
He was. He was in charge like 11. I don't know him. He had like a very good reputation as well in coaching youth team. But with us, didn't work at all, and if he carry us, we were in big trouble. Then I think Neil came and we finished middle of the table. But it was a crazy year.
And another easy question: how do you solve a problem like Adele?
This is a not ending history. Everyone knows. I think I cannot add anything. Everyone knows how Adele is, It's a really bit complex him, and nothing. It's a shame. He's not, really up to be there. He trying, but it's difficult. It's difficult to take him, to keep him on board, And in situation like we are now, it's difficult for every talented player, because we cannot play football now. You cannot go out and play football now,
Well, yesterday they were Route 1. Needed to be.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, now we need to go back to basics. And if you ask me, we need to, scratch the games and fight and make sure everything in that. It's difficult to be trying to... I guess Chris will be nice to him to say split, play, pass, and when that come alive, you need player like Adel, even Nico. Nico is struggling to get in the team because in the balance in that last decision for the manager, he might rather to have one like a runner, and yesterday was Carl Henry play a fantastic game, and maybe you sacrifice the likes of Nico and Adel, and it's difficult. It's difficult for a manager in this moment, So
it is, but then
and for them as well, it's difficult to keep the head because they are talented players. They are the players who change things. So you need to make them understand that you don't need them.
The trouble I always found with Adele, I'm sure you're a different angle because you see him every day in training. He had it. He could have gone to the top of the tree.
Yeah,
in my
of
opinion.
course. He should have been playing top level long time since already 5 years playing long high. But he knows as well. He at some point he is missing something or no. I love him. As a guy, he's a perfect, lovely guy. But everyone, you need to take care about yourself. If
No.
At the same time, it's kind of weird because at the same time he wasn't playing much with us. Went to Fulham, which he didn't work at all. They sent him back actually, and from nowhere he ended at Milan. And you
That's
say,
right.
he's not gonna. And he played every single game. And he was outstanding there. He had a very good performance. He's switching on, and he scored 5 goals, assists. He was really, really good. So, with him, you never know. He's one of them.
I can't speak for him, but I mean, with the Milan thing, I mean, it must have been, he must have, playing in front of all those people and, getting the chance to play, to show off his skills. I mean, the thing is, what you said was right in a way about us. We need people to scrap and fight at the moment. But if you look back to when we escaped relegation under Mark Hughes 2 or 3 years ago,
he played
the last
a big
5
part.
games, then Adele was one of the main
Yeah,
players
it's
who
true.
helped us out of that.
It's true. It's difficult. It's complicated. You need to understand, the manager as well. This situation is pretty awful situation.
No,
so
absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, Adele is against Everton, against Crystal Palace. He played. I thought he was one of the best players.
Yeah.
But we didn't,
Wasn't saying much, but
Exactly.
yeah, he was,
so
yeah.
exactly, no. Okay. So next game, I think he didn't play. He was on the bench. So for them, that they don't count and he come on against Everton. I think he hit the post. So they expect to be, all the time. They want to be the man because they are that kind of player. So for them, it's difficult when they don't. Sometimes they don't accept the reality of, or they do. But for other people, it seems like be rude or he don't want it or this or not.
Yeah.
So, it's complicated one.
Alex Ingham asks, who has been your favourite midfield partner since you've been at QPR?
Yeah, as a chemistry and like come along and for me that team, that group of as a team, you might have 13, 14, 15 years of career and be in 1 or 2 real teams. It's very difficult to get like a team proper in every sense. It's very difficult. And with Neil, that promotion, we were all the way amazing. That year was amazing, and even the people, it's very fresh, and the people, because it's been 4 years ago, and we had another promotion. But I bet if you ask, probably people, it's more fresh that team than the recently one.
Yeah.
I think that the recently one, the last 2 months, the finding way when we started with the finding the way was amazing. The last 2 months when through the playoff. But that team, the year after that team was everyone enjoyed every second.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I have to say Sean Derry. I really enjoyed that. He destroyed it, and I was trying to play, and he was amazing. And quality-wise, I think it was a really shame that year with the Esteban when we played a few games together and was looking really good, and
right.
we couldn't put it right and results, and that was a shame. That group, that team was a mix of things. Was really a shame. The fixture, we started with a terrible fixture. Anyway, we were encouraged and playing good football. We couldn't get the points, and it started to go. And it was difficult.
Sorry, go on, Chris.
I was there was a couple of silly little questions I was going to ask. Really, your current
change.
Yeah, thank you very much. Your current teammates, who would you say is the most easygoing, the most laid back in the dressing room?
That's easy. It's Dewey.
Joey says something little show.
Yeah.
He's never shut
You
up.
two are
He's
quite good on
always
Twitter together, aren't you?
Joey is always like a philosophy. Make a 2 hours conversation from everything. He likes that. He loves the different opinions and ideas. It's funny, but probably will be Richard. Richard Dan is very laid back, very relaxed guy.
Now this,
Nico as well. Nico is
no, really.
Yeah.
Now, this is probably going to be the same answer to the first guy. He said the person you'd most like if you got in a fight. Who would you most like to help you out?
Finney.
Apart from Finney.
Richard Dunn, maybe?
Clinton Hill, Richard Dunn.
Yeah. Them the big lads, Joey as well. Joey is right on it.
Yeah.
You don't need much to switch on them. Colkers as well. This is a beast.
Colker's massive,
he's a
isn't he?
beast. He's not in a million years 24 years old. I think he's not in a million years.
What about the worst music? When you put tunes on in the dressing room, who do you think?
When you come you away from home, you get mixed cultures and different. You have all the taste. Whatever you want, you will have. Sometimes Adele will come with some French or some. I will come with some Argentinian rock and roll, and people say, "What you listen to?" But this is. It's a good culture in the dressing room of music, There is people liking music. I think that Robbie Green is mixing DJ thing is very good. Yeah, it is. It is.
What?
It is.
Rob Green is DJ.
Yeah, it is really good.
Brian
Murphy. Yeah.
He's really good, with rock and roll and proper culture of
old
music.
rock and roll, you mean?
Everything,
Yeah, okay.
everything. So it's quite nice when they take over and
And what do you listen to? You say Argentinian rock and roll, but if we took any, say British,
I'm
US
really
music.
I'm really open.
Yeah.
I go from one thing to other, but I like everything. I like Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
I listen to Rolling Stones as I listen to Coldplay and Oasis. It's not like a Red Hot Chili Pepper like that. I like Creedence from the old school, Creedence Revival.
Okay, yeah.
My
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Exactly.
That's
that was
a good
amazing
choice.
for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
The
My
Clash.
family, Yeah, exactly. Deep Purple, Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I bossa nova as well. Go to all the way to bossa nova thing, Brazil culture of music. I love it, and it's very open.
So is that where you find a wee bit of peace sometimes with your guitar and just chilling out there?
Through the last years, it starts as I never take a lesson of how to play, just pick them up. But always music has been it's been a big part of this. I always come across someone in music, which is nice. And it's relax. It's take me away a little bit playing music. In my family is getting a problem every time now, because we used to have a house. You can go one place of the house, your wife or your son another place. Now I move to a small apartment, so I take the guitar and they already go there you go again. So
we can't let a visit by you go by without one racial stereotype question. Ben Hunt wants to know, what's your favourite steak?
It would be nice to. I can give. It would be nice to arrange one barbecue to teach people how to cook barbecue here in England.
All round
Let's
alleys.
do that.
You want to know some funny history and which happened just last week to me?
Yes.
I'm pretty crazy. As I said before, I moved to a flat which had a terrace. I live right on in Chiswick, off Chiswick Road. Had a terrace which is not my terrace. The owner said to me, "Listen, people has been using it. If you want to use it, have a glass of wine, whatever. When the weather is nice, you can do it." So last week, I don't know, I was coming back from training at 5 o'clock already in the afternoon, 5:30. The day was one of these week, beautiful day. So I said, I need to cook a barbecue. I don't know where I need to cook a barbecue. So I come outside in the terrace. So I need to cook a barbecue. So I call my brothers is here now. we go and buy meat, and we need to do the barbecue. So I managed to put bricks and to try to avoid do anything, danger and the terrace. But yeah, if it was an English barbecue, it would be like, medium rare or whatever, like blood around the place. My maximum an hour fire, and that's it. The way what we cook like very slow. It was like 3-4 hours. So at the end, we start the alarm of the Costa downstairs. Start to go on. And the guys from the fire, how they call it, the fire bomb. They have to come, and it was a mess,
So we're all coming for a barbecue.
Very silly from me, I have to say.
On your terrace in Chiswick. We're all coming for
along
a
with the fire brigade.
They can come as well, so easier and quicker to switch it off.
That's the effect, though, doesn't it? Taste, bit of water.
Exactly.
Right, we've nearly got to wrap up. What we'll do, let's do one more question each round the table. So get it ready. I'll start, or Chris.
You go first. Yeah.
I was going to ask Ali. We've met you twice now, and it does feel like. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like you fallen in love with QPR a bit like we all have. But my question is, given that everything that's gone on, have you enjoyed your 6 or 7 years or whatever it is so far?
Yeah, with everything on it. I love it. Every part of, every bit of it. With every promotion, every relegation, all the drama and the fight, the point deduction. It make it, I think that all that make it even bigger and stronger. And, with me, since the first year, it's been amazing. The first year I get to win the. I think it was one of the last, like end of the year dinner with the fans, and I remember I get the award,
the last ones.
The award from the fans, and from that year, after the point deduction things make even. Whenever I was thinking, oh my goodness, everyone gonna hate me. It was all the way around. Everyone even support me more. So from the first bit, it was amazing.
Well, I'm going to ask my question now, but just to answer that, no one would have hated you at all. I mean, that's the ridiculous notion. But I could understand you thinking that because it just happened to involve you.
What's my name on it?
But
and it's difficult,
clearly nothing to do with
We'd
you.
hit the FA.
Clearly nothing to do with you anyway. I was going to say, this is quite a difficult question, but I was going to say, does it go through your mind the next time you step out on a football field properly? There must be a bit in the back of your mind worried that something's going to happen again, and because it's happened 3 times, and I mean it's
very difficult because honestly it's not the case. I see people saying, listen, you might have some no problems, but maybe it's something in your mind. Honestly, I don't have any issue. This last time. Now I take it like more easy, because before I used to like saying, okay, you can go out play, and I put my head in between I go and tackle, and because I feel good. I never had that I don't want to shoot, or I don't want to go and tackle, I don't want to jump. I never was the case. So I don't think it's gonna be the case. I taking it slow now because I know in the squad, so that give me the target, but. Hopefully I can play. This has been a nightmare. In the last few years. For a person who loves what he does and just want to play football. I just play football because I love it. Not be able to do it. It's very frustrating.
Finn,
my question is quite simple. When you come back next season and play for QPR, when you score your first goal, can you wave at me in Suffolk Road? I'm in G block, so when you score, just turn around, give us a wee wave. And,
listen, guy, maybe my future is here with you guys. If you give me a contract, maybe I can every week.
We're already paying Finny too much. That's the problem. If we can reduce his wage bill, then we'll get you in.
But what I would say, and you know what's coming. You know I'm going to do it.
Yeah, so you've got to do it.
You have been one of the. In the last few years, there's been players who have come in from many different areas to come into this club, and they haven't really got it. Maybe they didn't want to get it, maybe we didn't get to them, they didn't get to us. You have proved that anyone can come from anywhere in this planet, come into Queen's Park Rangers, and actually not just get it but fall in love with it. And you've been amazing for our football club. Thank you so much. You were a genius.
Really nice work. Thank you for the words. Really nice.
Now you have to follow that,
Chris.
Well, it is difficult, yeah, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but I just want to ask, on this season, do you think we're going to stay up?
Oh, boo, boo-hoo, boo.
Well, last year when I came, we were in a pretty awful situation as well. Yeah, we were like going in the way down, and I come and say, listen, we're gonna go up, and we did. So I will stick with my belief. And I say last week I had the interview with the QPR guys, and I say, listen, you're gonna change, and we're gonna be take it right to the end, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be it's gonna be close. But I still thinking we're gonna get away with it.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
Well, you convinced me.
Yeah, me too. Ali, thank you so much for coming on. Wherever you are next season, and we all hope it's at playing for QPR and Shepherd's Bush, wherever you are. What?
Yeah, for Shepherd's Bush Rangers.
What did I just say?
Whatever they're called.
We won't start again. Wherever you're playing next year, you will always have a place in the heart of QPR fans for the way that you've been and the dedication that you've shown. And we thank you, to echo what Paul said, for everything that you've done for QPR.
Yeah.
Totally. Thank you for the kind words and my feeling with the club and everyone around. Everyone knows me, and it's the way it is. So hopefully I can. People can, even if it's a QPR or not QPR, people can be happy of seeing me in a pitch, a football pitch. So thank you for
and don't sign for Chelsea.
But I've now got a mental image though of you cooking a barbecue in the middle of Loftus Road.
Selling steaks before the game.
We're coming to your terrace.
Definitely
Have a barbecue.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you very much. Brilliant podcast once again with Ali Faurlin. This has been the QPR podcast. We'll catch you next time. The QPR podcast is a West 12 Media and Burble Media production.
QPR, Queen's Park Rangers are on the up and up. QPR,